The next question that I have is about guys like me, teachers. When I graduated from Teachers College 10 years ago, I was actually quite surprised by the differences when I was interviewed, when it was a public school and when it was a private school. So I want to ask the panel about teachers and their qualifications. So are private school teachers qualified, first of all? In what way are they do they have any difference in their certifications? Do they have additional qualifications? That would be the question for the panel.
Certainly at, I believe, all the schools up here, any teacher who teaches at our school has to be certified, and a certified teacher. At Toronto French School, at TFS, because we are a bilingual school, we will take teachers from other countries who have the equivalent certification, but nobody is teaching who isn't a certified teacher. In addition, there's training that is provided to supplement those basic requirements. So, for example, a number of us will do a lot of PD with our teachers. We'll do a lot of, anyone who's teaching in the IB programs, for example, will have to have additional IB training. Our teachers are all assessed and evaluated on an ongoing basis, so they have performance evaluations as well, and very strict standards for our teachers in the independent system.
I'd like to add to it because interesting thing about the teaching profession, which is so amazing, is that you can move around. And I myself have worked at probably 3 of the schools that are represented here today. So that's pretty exciting. Our teachers are highly qualified. Some schools will have even the idea that we won't hire teachers immediately out of Teachers College. We want them to have that breadth and depth of experience in the education system. Could be local, could be international. But again, and the mindset, I think, of the teachers that we bring in are that you are an ongoing learner yourself. So there's a lot more expectation on the teachers and push that you are a learner within this building, and we want them to challenge their beliefs and their biases and always be growing as a learner as well, which is what I think is what we owe you as families and as children coming to the school, that you've got these experts in the field. We do have some that are practitioners in their field. So often in some of the arts departments, we'll have actual working artists that are working at the school as well. Or you may have Olympic athletes that are teaching sometimes in the science or sometimes in the phys ed program. So do be aware of that as well. Ask those questions when you go to the school. Ask about the teachers that are there. Ask about the changeover of the teachers, because that's another example. If someone's really satisfied, they don't leave. We have pretty great, amazing schools that we work at, and it's we all know that that's a phenomenal thing, and you don't usually tend to leave something that's fantastic.
Just to piggyback on what Karen was talking about, you'll find too that the teachers in your schools are also involved heavily in the co-curricular program. So they're invested not only in the learning, in the presentation, in the classrooms, but they're also invested in what happens outside of the classroom as well. Much like what we ask our students to do, our teachers are also heavily involved in. Teachers wear many hats at all of our schools. It's not just about one certain area that they're involved with. So teachers are always getting to know their students on so many different levels. So as a parent, hopefully that will give you some really indication as to how dedicated the faculty are at all of our schools.
Just one other thing to add on is the latest stat I heard out of the Ontario College of Teachers was that there's about 7,500 more teachers each year entering the profession than there are leaving it. So we're really lucky where we have an opportunity, because there's a huge surplus of teachers, to hire the absolute best. I know a lot of the teachers at my school, and I'm sure it's the same at all the other ones as well, have their masters, are working on additional qualifications outside on their own time, on top of the professional development that the schools are always providing. We've got great teachers, and we want to make them even better. I think another thing you'd find common amongst the teachers at our schools is that in the summer, they don't just go on vacation. A lot of them work with kids. They might work at summer camps. They might do coaching. They might do other things as well, because this is for them a lifelong passion. And I think you'll see that when it comes through when you go on the tours. You'll see these teachers, and they care so much. They will, blood, sweat, and tears for each and every child in each class. So we have outstanding teachers.